Here's your Thursday edition of Mark Madness, and today I want to begin in a different place. Before you begin reading Mark today, I want you to spend a few minutes thinking. I want you to think about a person or a group of people in your mind. And the people that I want you to think about are, frankly, the people that you hate, the people that you despise, the people that you do not want to be around anytime ever. And I realize that as a church and as followers of Jesus Christ, we're not supposed to hate, but in reality, we do. There are some people that drive us crazy. There are some people we don't want to be around. There are some people that, if we're honest, we don't want them in our church. And if we're honest, we probably don't even want them to know Christ that well, because then in some way we'd have to associate with them. So this could be a person at school, a person at work, could be a family member, could be a group of people. But I really want you to think of those people that you just, when you see them and when you think about them, it just brings up some level of disgust in your heart. Then I want you to read Mark chapter 2, verses 13 to 17. This is the familiar story of Jesus calling Matthew the tax collector. And as you read the passage, you'll read that phrase tax collector at least 4 times. And then you'll also see Jesus talking about sinners. I don't need to tell you this because I think you know the background, but tax collectors were hated. Tax collectors were despised. Even the Jewish tax collectors were traitors. They were traitors because they had metaphorically jumped in bed with Rome, and they were lining their own pockets with Jewish money, and they were turning their backs on their own people. They were truly hated. And Jesus encounters these hated and despised tax collectors. And I want you to notice how Jesus responds to them. I want you to notice how Jesus treats them. And then I want you to go back to the people that you hate and despise and to think about how Jesus would approach them. I think if we do that, that'll be a challenging exercise to help us think about what Jesus is up to in Mark 2, 13 to 17. I'm going to link to 2 other videos, and they're a little different, I admit. One of them is a children's video. It's a cartoon that tells the story of Jesus calling Matthew, and I just find it hilarious. The characters are kind of goofy and grunt their way through the story, and so I just provide that to you for a little bit of comic relief. And the second video I'll provide is actually an explanation of a work of art. You know, what happened a lot during the Renaissance is people were painting a lot of beautiful images of biblical stories. And so sometimes it's fun to look at those images, how those painters interpreted the story, and then to have somebody explain why the painter, why the artist painted the story in the way that they did. So that's it for today. Just a few verses, Mark chapter 2, verses 13 to 17. Enjoy.